I have another journal here. This is another repurposed cover. It's Laura over at Hyperstamper. And before I repost this to Etsy, hyperstamper.etsy.com, I want to just remind you, this used to be a book and it had a portrait of a baby on here, a really sweet little portrait. It came with the book. That's how the book cover, it's an antique book, that's how it came. And I got comments that they loved everything about it except the baby. So I thought, no problem. The baby is still under here hiding, but I pulled this print out of an 1890s, it's actually right here, from this book here in Farm and Field. And as you can see, I just love the how the artwork is and the pencil lines here. So I pulled out this one. It's a wonderful kingfisher and it just fit in there perfect. So all I had to do was change the image and add this wonderful ribbon bangle here. And I love it. I think it's stunning now. So just to remind you what's inside, this is a 1951 book. And we've got a pocket here made out of a vintage dictionary page, Pearl's Receipt, one of the Emerald Isle poems here. And this is a Paddy's Market. You can't get more Irish than Paddy's Market. Love it. And that's all tucked into there. Lots of fun little spots where you can tuck things into. This is one of those wonderful thick bingo cards that would have been used for like bingo halls, Lions Club, Masons, that sort of thing. And there's a lovely little children's book page here, Mother Goose. And that one is Mistress Mary Quite Contrary. How does her garden grow? And here's a gorgeous magazine page here from a German magazine. The fashions from this magazine in the 50s were fabulous. Really, really lovely. Another lovely little children's book illustration here, the puppy in the basket. And this is just from an art book from the 70s. And just a book page here, an antique book page that you can journal on. Isn't that fun though? School geography book. And that is from the early 1900s, that one. I'm actually turning that one into a journal coming up. I love the flower image here on this vintage dictionary page. Fun clusters. 1001 household hints. Love it. And some of these are just hilarious. And some of them are like, really? Can I do that? That's amazing. Okay. This really pretty little wildflower page from the English Wildflower book. There we go. And that is vintage as well. I did tea dye it because it was too white. And an antique book page here and another, ooh, pumpkin pie. There we go. Autumn pumpkin pie. That is the recipe there. And that's from the nope, that's from the pies book. Specifically pies, yeah. And a vintage doily here, which I try to put in all my journals. And everything in here, of course, is authentic antique ephemera. Just some tea-dyed pages I added for extra journaling and art space for you. A couple of vintage cards here. They're quite old and well loved. And you can make art. Just Google upcycling playing cards and you'll see really cool things you can do with that. This is from a 1930s Decorators magazine. What to do with these fabulous upholsteries in the 30s. And look at this Lady Hamilton plate here. Isn't that pretty? Look at the look she's given us. Saucy little thing. That is from a salad recipe book. And there's a whole bunch of them there. I just threw a whole whack in because I thought they were fun. And this is very special. This is from a geography book. I only ever had one. I was holding on to it literally for years. And I finally put it in a journal this year. And this is the world. So I have all the continents. I've used them, but I was holding on to this one. It is really pretty. So it's very special. It's from the 20s. Here is a fun postcard. And that is from the 20s as well. I can tell by the type. And this is from a magazine as well. Look at this. How hilarious is that? Look at the sweaters. And these fashions are just fantastic. I love them so much. There we go. And I'll just set that aside. It's very pink. We have a journaling tag here and a 1920s ledger sheet here for journaling on. Just a little teeny tiny booklet here. Just some fun little things you can journal on. A 1938 Paris, France almanac. And somebody actually did the little crossword here, which I think is fantastic. Is that neat? And that one's from June 1938 during the war. And just a little blank canasta score sheet there for journaling on, and that's in a triple pocket there. And that is all mounted on top of a 1930s music sheet. Just a little waterfall here of antique papers, a glance backwards. That's fun. And this one is another theater arts page, magazine cover from July 46. And look at that bright, beautiful color. I love it. And of course, the advertisements are just wonderful. And there is a 1920s accounting ledger page there. And another blank or antique page there for journaling on. I love that it has the ink blots on it. Okay, and I think that brings us to the end. Yeah, so back on Etsy, hyperstamper.etsy.com, and don't forget to subscribe so you can see them before they hit Etsy. Be ready to pounce. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.